This is our new Gen 6 ZX-10 turbo kit. It features a 3D printed stainless steel header in there. It also has a 3D printed charge pipe. We do an alloy 3D printed charge pipe. In this case I'm using a titanium one. That's an option in the kit. We use a Pulsar 2860 turbo with a stainless steel exhaust housing. This has got a little air filter poking out the fairing there. This has got a 3-inch exhaust dumping into it finishes at the point where the factory header finishes, so you can run any aftermarket muffler. In this case we've chosen the SC Project because it's the most open exhaust, and it uses a 70mm link pipe there, which is the biggest diameter that we could find. Around on this side you can see the Turbo Smart Comcate 40 wastegate and the 3D printed dump off the back side of the turbo, so that 3D printed dump pipe goes down and links onto the 3-inch exhaust. We're also going to have a left-hand side like dump option that will come straight out of the fairing. Not on this bike at the moment. And you can also see the oil pump in there. That's the oil scavenge pump for the turbo, so it scavenges out of the bottom of the turbo and it feeds around and returns the oil back into the clutch cover via this fitting. The oil cooler gets removed on this kit, so that normally has a big air oil cooler in there, but obviously that's where the turbo sits, so it gets removed and replaced with a blank plate. You can't really see it in there, but we also have the oil feed coming off that. If you want to run an oil cooler, you can run the earlier 2016 to 2020 water to oil oil cooler. I'll be showing that, fitting that in a future video. We've got a billet plenum up in under the tank, you can't see, and our fuel system. I don't know if you can see the pump up in there. Probably not. No. So it's got we're using a can gauge on this one, which has got a input for oil pressure, temperature, boost pressure and temperature. See that there? I'll give it a cold start to hear what it sounds like. It also uses a Turbo Smart compact blow-off valve on the plenum. On this one we are controlling the fueling by ECU flash, and it uses a power commander only for boost. So we have a 2.5 bar Bosch map sensor in the plenum, and it has a pressure map in the power commander, so there's no other settings in the power commander other than the pressure settings. We're going to also do a max ECU mini version, so the secondary injectors will be controlled by a max ECU mini. The reason we're going to just use it to control injectors is because if you control ignition as well, then you lose all the traction control functions that come factory on these bikes. So we're just going to use control the fueling by and use the Max Mini as a piggyback style thing. It just has a bit more control than a power commander. You can do more things with it, but it is also more expensive, so that'll be another option.